while my first position wasn't always in the control room, I was able to get myself on studio productions because I had that knowledge already, and it really helped me move up in the company pretty quickly. I grew up in Connecticut. I went to a regional high school where I was lucky enough to take all of the video and photography courses there. And that's kind of how I got into video and kind of creating in general. Backtracking a little bit, when I was in middle school, I kind of discovered video. I used to have a flip video camera, which I'm not even sure if anyone knows what those are anymore, but it was just like a very simple device where you can just hit record. And I used to like make music videos with my friends. I taught myself how to edit using like Windows Movie Maker. So I was definitely into like creating and video before I got to college. And then on the college search, I liked Lasell because it was a small school in a town, but right outside of a city. That also had really great relationships with the community in terms of networking. So that's kind of how I ended up there.
Could you explain kind of the process of getting involved with LCTV at the point you did?
Yeah, so I actually just signed up at the club fair and I attended the first meeting. And Dr. Wertigo was like, we need a president, we need a treasurer. It really wasn't a club yet. I think it was just something that he had wanted to make happen. And so I think I just signed up to be president. I think that's how that happened. I'm not sure, but yeah, and that's kind of how it started. I definitely felt like there was a lot to learn and a lot of like road ahead for the club, but I wasn't fearful that it wouldn't get there. It just was on a different timeline for sure. Like I think joining clubs at college is super important, and one of the reasons why I also joined LCTV was just to like challenge myself even more and like not be afraid to just like jump in. And I think if there's something that you don't know, like have no fear and just jump right in and learn. Creating a space for people to be creative. I don't know if that's, I am so flattered that you've chosen me for this, and I don't know if that's what the legacy is or what people talk of, but I feel like just having a space for students to continue learning and to create what they want to create, I would say is what I think my legacy is.
Why is it so important to have a strong media presence directly on a campus like we have here at LaSalle?
Well, I mean, if we're going the news route, to get the word out, or to get conversations going, across campus, and with radio and the paper, I mean, both of those in my time were like so I guess far ahead of LCTV because they were established. But I think it's really important to have all forms of media um, still. Again, people kind of get their news in different ways and have different ways that they learn. And so whether that's watching a video or listening to a podcast or reading a paper, an article, I think, it's definitely still important to have around.
Now, the Student Media Hall of Fame, the goal here is to be able to honor, the community connectors, the forward thinkers, in your case, visionaries that helped build the clubs to the way that they are and helped connect the community in the way it is now. How important do you think it is to give this type of nod to people who worked so hard for these groups in the past?
I think that's great. It's not something that I ever even thought about, but I think it's really special, and I'm glad that you guys are doing it, and I'm flattered that you've chosen me to be a part of it. I think there's plenty, and I'm sure way more past my time as well, who deserve to be honored.